Namaste, good evening. This is Dr. Aparna. I am an Ayurvedic psychotherapist, a passionate Ayurveda and psychotherapy infopreneur, medical writer. In my pursuit to address, promote, and propagate Ayurveda and psychotherapy globally, I come up with top truths on Ayurveda, mental health, psychotherapy, and related aspects. Today's discussion is on the power of habit. So, the power of habit is a book written by Charles Duhigg. So, this book, The Power of Habits, dives deep into the science behind habit formation and change. So it explores the impact habits have on individuals, on organizations, and even society as a whole. So habits have a powerful effect on our lives. So we have to identify the positive ones and discard the negative ones. So before getting into the book, I just wanted to quote a quote by Aristotle. He says that we are what we repeatedly do, and Jim Rohn states that failure comes from small errors repeated every day, and success comes from small disciplines practiced every day. So failures are, he says that failures are a result of small errors we repeat every day, and success is a result of small disciplines we practice every day. So before we know the science behind the habit formation, first of all we have to know what are habits. So, to put it in the simpler terms, habits are actions we do repeatedly, or you know, a chain of thoughts we have, or decisions we take without really thinking about them. So, habits are the actions we repeatedly do. That means, for example, we wake up, we get out of the bed, go to the bathroom, check our phone, or the route we drive to go to the work, or when we stop by the bakery after work to have the same cookie, or what kind of food we choose at the restaurant, or each time we drink excessively when we are depressed. All these, when people are depressed, they drink excessively. Our way of thinking and the choices we make when faced with a particular event or circumstance. So when we wake up, you go from the we get out of the bed, go straight to the bathroom, brush, and this is the daily routine. You don't have to really think before doing them. You just repeatedly do them because you are habituated of doing the same thing again and again and again every day. So as you can see, there are many things that we do every day just from habit. So habits function, like being on autopilot. So why we do that? It's a way of our brain to say about whether I have to brush when I wake up or not. I don't have to think about it. I just go and brush. So it is a way to save, for the brain to save energy. So, habits have a profound effect on our personal and professional life. While some habits have a positive effect, other habits have a negative effect. So, habits have have a compound and ripple effect. So, compound effect is, small disciplines, when we follow, we may have a compounded health benefit. When we eat a healthy diet on a regular basis, we may have the compound effect of longevity and health. Similarly, habits also have a ripple effect. Ripple effect meaning setting up a new habit or changing an existing habit can create a chain of new habit in other areas. So, if I have to lose weight, for losing weight, if I start an exercise routine or a gym routine, I also, the ripple effect is also now I prefer eating only healthy food. That's the ripple effect. When I create a habit of exercise, I also, by the ripple effect, I also create a habit of eating healthy and sleeping on time, maybe, or other habits, or reading 1 or 2 pages of the book, or limiting my social media usage. So this book, if I have to talk in simpler terms, why should one read the book The Power of Habit? So this book offers a compelling look at how habits work and how you can leverage them for positive change, so you can understand the power of habits. So this book delves, into the neurological science behind the habit formation. So you will learn about the habit loop. There's something called a habit loop. Now what is a habit loop? The three part of there are three parts to a habit loop. So one is cue, the second is routine, and the third is reward. So this explains how habits, become ingrained. We'll talk about cue, routine, and reward later. So this understanding, empowers us to identify the triggers and motivation, behind forming new habits or behind our own existent habits. So both good and bad. So, for example, do you mindlessly reach for a sugary snack every time you feel stressed? So, feeling stress here is the cue. The power of habit explains the loop behind this behavior, and the mindlessly reaching for a sugary snack here is a routine, and the reward is the gush of that sugar and gush of that energy. So here, the power of habit explains the loop behind this behavior. The stress, which is the cue, triggers the craving for a sugary snack, which is a routine, which becomes a routine. Whenever you have stress, you go for a sugary snack. So what happens, the reward here is, which provides a temporary feel good sensation, a gush of energy, a gush of sugar, maybe. Next thing, why should we read the book is, if you want to break free from unwanted habits, like you want to learn new habit and understand the power of habits, you also have to break free from unwanted habits. See, habits, if are good, can be learned, if are bad, can be unlearned as well. So breaking free from unwanted habits is also an important thing. So the book doesn't just explain habits, it offers a practical framework for changing them. You will learn the golden rule of habit change. You can't erase a habit, but you can redirect a habit. So by keeping the cue and the reward the same, you can just replace the unwanted routine with a new, beneficial one. So instead of mindlessly reaching for a sugary snack, you can mindfully reach for a fruit or for a healthy food item. So by keeping the cue and the reward here remains the same, but you can replace the unwanted routine with a newer and beneficial routine. That means, instead of grabbing a sugary snack when stressed, you could replace it with a healthy snack or a short meditation session. a new routine. So to achieve a similar sense of calm or similar sense of temporary feel good sensation, reward would be the same. The cue is the same, the reward is the same. Only thing which is being replaced here is the routine. So, this third reason why we have to read this book is to build habits for success. So, the power of habit goes beyond breaking bad habits. So, it shows you how to cultivate positive routines that lead to success. So, by understanding the habit loop, you can create new cues and rewards to solidify desired behaviors. So imagine wanting to establish a daily exercise routine. You could set a specific time as your cue. That is putting on your workout clothes after work, you know, followed by the exercise routine itself. So you are setting up a cue, and you're setting up a reward as well for the routine. Reward yourself with a healthy post workout snack to solidify the loop. So you're setting up a cue, specific cue, then a routine, then you're rewarding yourself, after, to solidify that loop. We reward, because the reward is given because to repeat the same habit, to continue the loop. So the next thing why we should read the book is gain insights beyond personal growth. So this book explores the impact of habits on businesses and society. You will learn how companies leverage habit loops to create loyal customers, and how social movements spread through the formation of shared habits. So, this broader perspective highlights the far reaching influence of habits. So, habits also influence beyond personal growth, for to business, for the businesses to grow, for the professional growth, and for the society as a whole. So the power of habit, this book provides a powerful and practical framework for understanding and changing your habits. So, by learning the science behind the habit and applying the golden rule of change, you can unlock potential for personal growth and build a life driven by positive routines. So, when I speak of the power of habit, so what is the habit loop exactly? So, the habit loop, the chapter 1 here talks about, this chapter lays the foundation for understanding habits. So this introduces the habit loop, that means a neurological cycle with three key components. First is, as I said, cue, the trigger that initiates the habit. So, for example, you have the habit of drinking a cup of coffee in the morning. So, cue here is feeling tired. You feel, lethargic, or you need that energy as soon as you wake up. So, this is the cue. The routine is the actual behavior performed. That means because of that cue, you go and make yourself a cup of coffee. And the reward here is the benefit or the satisfaction received, the caffeine boost or the energy boost, the gush of energy after you drink that cup of coffee. So, our brains are wired for efficiency. What happens is habits allow us to perform actions without conscious thought. We are not thinking whether I should prepare a cup of coffee or not. You're just waking up, you're just making yourself a cup of coffee and drinking it. So, habits allow us to perform actions without conscious thought. So, freeing up mental resources for other tasks. So what happens is you are saving the energy, your brain is saving the energy for other tasks. So by identifying the cue, the routine and the reward in a habit loop, you can gain control over your behavior. So, a case study: a man with severe amnesia. Severe amnesia means amnesia is forgetfulness. The man cannot remember things. So, he struggled to form new memories. However, he could still function relatively normal due to his ingrained habits. So, because of the habits, even though he struggled to form new memories, the daily functions he could normally, continue his daily routine because of the habits. He did not want to remember. There is no need for the brain to remember that. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you take bath, make a cup of coffee, have it. So all these things, the habits need not be remembered. So this case highlights the power of habits in guiding our daily lives, even when conscious memory is impaired. So we will discuss the rest of the book summary in the next session. So that's it for today, and please do share your thoughts and queries in the comment section. I'll meet you in the next session. Thank you. Namaste.